All right, everyone. Welcome back to All Wings Everything, the channel where all we do is cook wings. The name says it all. You thought we was gonna cook anything else? We don't do no pork. We don't do no beef. We do chicken. Now, in today's video, we're gonna do what I like to call my drunk and chili lime wings. Yeah, you heard it right. I'm gonna say it one more time. My drunk and chili lime wings. Drunk and chili lime. That is, I didn't do that right, did it? I was trying to, yeah, well, all right, well, listen. These are some of the best wings. I know you heard me say this before, but I really, really, really love these wings. And I know you guys are gonna love them too. So what I want you to do right now, get to the kitchen. Get to the kitchen right now, put your apron on, preheat that oven, get your chicken out, and let's get to cooking these wings. I'm gonna see you guys on the other side. Peace. All right, everyone, here are the ingredients we're going to use for the recipe today. Again, I have my Publix brand Green Wise chicken. We have some sriracha sauce, chili powder. We have 2 limes. We're also going to use a Budweiser, but this one here is a Jim Beam inspired lager. So you want a dark beer, you like something like a lager or something like that. We're also going to use some tomato paste, salt, garlic powder, some honey, some paprika, and we're going to use some soy sauce. So these are the ingredients that we're going to use for today's recipe. So let's move on. All right, so I've already measured out the ingredients that we're going to use for this recipe as always, so we can move along quickly. So what I did was I have 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, 3 tablespoons of fresh lime juice, 1 tablespoon of chili powder. I have a teaspoon of salt. I have a teaspoon of paprika. I have a teaspoon of garlic powder. I have a teaspoon of salt. I have 2 tablespoons of honey. And I use 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. And I use 2 teaspoons of red chili sauce, which is the sriracha. Again, I have my wings. And again, generally I use about 16 to 18 wings when I cook my recipe. So, all right, now that you know what we're going to use, let's go ahead and continue with this recipe. All right, now that we have all our ingredients measured out, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our beer and we're going to pour it into an empty bowl. Next, we're going to take our tomato paste and we're going to combine our tomato paste into the beer. Next thing you want to do is you want to grab your paprika and add your paprika. Grab your lime juice and add your lime juice. Take your garlic powder, add your garlic powder, your salt, next your chili powder, your honey, then your red chili sauce, and lastly, you want to add your soy sauce. Now you want to mix to combine all the ingredients. You probably want to mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes to try to get the tomato paste to dissolve into the mixture. You probably won't get all of it to dissolve, but you know, most of it, you want to try to get it to dissolve in the mixture. And once you finish combining the ingredients and mixing it, then we'll move on. All right, so now that we've combined the ingredients, all the ingredients in one bowl, what we're going to do is we're going to now season the chicken. So what you want to do is you want to take that mixture and grab your chicken and pour that mixture evenly over the chicken. And feel free to use all of the mixture. You want to make sure that all of the chicken is submerged into the mixture. You want to make sure all the pieces are being marinated. And next, what you want to do is you want to grab your top or lid and cover the chicken. And we're going to let it refrigerate overnight. I would say at least 3 to 4 hours if you don't want to wait overnight. So once we finish letting it marinate, we'll be back with the next step. The chicken is almost done marinating. So what we want to do is we're going to spray our pan with cooking oil. Also, I've lined my pan in aluminum foil just to keep the mess down and easy cleanup. So go ahead and spray your pan with cooking spray. And once you've done that, we will continue. All right, now the time has come. The chicken is done marinating. As you can see, it looks good. You can see the seasoning on the chicken. So as you can see, take a look at that. So the chicken is looking good. So I think it's ready. So let's move on. So what we're going to do next is we're going to remove the chicken from the marinade and place it on our pan. And if you've been watching these videos, you know to place your chicken a 1/2 inch to 1 inch apart, allowing space so that it can cook. You can also try to shake off some of the excess marinade before you add it to the pan. So go ahead and add your pieces of chicken, all your pieces of chicken. And once you do that, we'll move on to the next step. All right, so now it's time to place these wings in the oven. So I've already preheated my oven to 450 degrees. You want to make sure you do that. We're going to let them cook for about 40 minutes. After the first 20 minutes, what we're going to do is we're going to turn them over and let them cook the remaining 20 minutes on the other side. That way we get our wings fully cooked on both sides, crisp on both sides, and color on both sides. That's why we flip our wings halfway through the process. All right, so let's check on our wings. It has been 20 minutes. Since we put the wings in the oven first. And so what we're going to do in this step is we're going to turn our wings over on the other side to make sure we cook the other side equally as we did the first side. And as you can see, these wings are juicy. And the color is beautiful. That brownish color. And if you notice, some of the areas are dark. The darker brown, that's due to the beer. So that lets you know you have some of that beer flavor in there. All right, so once you turned all the wings over, we're going to stick them back in the oven for an additional 20 minutes. And once that 20 minutes is done, we'll remove the wings and we'll continue forward in the recipe. All right, it looks like our wings are done. They're ready to be removed from the oven. Let's take a look at them. Oh, wee. That's the color I like my wings to be. I like them to be dark. I don't like them light-skinned wings. I like my wings to look exactly like this, dark with a little crisp on it. Look at that. Again, folks, this how you want your wings to look. Now, if you don't want, you can cook them to up to. I cook mine for 40. I cook these right here for 45 to 50 minutes because they wasn't the right color I wanted them. So, but you can cook them for 35 to 40 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable with. But again, I like my skin to be hard. I like my the color to be golden. So that just, that's for me. That's my preference. So you don't have to leave your wings in there that long, but this is how I like my wings to look. All right, so let's move on to the next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the wings from the pan and place them into an empty bowl. And what I did for this recipe also is I used half the measurements of the marinade that we used to marinate the chicken and created a sauce. So what I did was I took half of the measurements of the marinade, poured it into a pan, let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes, and I used it. I've made this sauce right here that I have right now that I'm going to pour over the chicken. Again, you do not have to do this. You can eat the wings exactly like they are, but you know how I am. I want sauce on my chicken, so I created this sauce, this additional sauce. So, but the wings are fine exactly like they are. So if you want to eat them like that, be my guest, go ahead. They're going to be great. But what I do is I took half of the measurements of the marinade, made a sauce. And what we're going to do is we're going to pour that sauce over the wings. And you don't have to use all the sauce. You want to cover it up with a lid. Do a little shake and bake to make sure you get that sauce all over those wings. And look at those apples. Look at that. Remove them from your bowl. Place them on a clean plate. Look at that. I know you guys ready to eat some of this. And once you've put them all on a plate, I want you guys to take a look at that. Look at that. You got to tell me that those look good. You know they look good. I know you guys are hungry. All right, now take a look. Those are some good groceries, y'all. They look good. Look at the color. Look at the glaze. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you want to come over and eat with me. All right, everyone. As always, it's time for me to try these wings so I can tell you guys how they really, really taste. So I'm going to put the camera down and sit at the table and have me a bite of these wings. And I'll see you guys in the next video. All right, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. As I mentioned before, that I really, really, really love this recipe. I like the wings. As you can see, the wings look very, very good. So I know you guys are going to try this recipe out at home. And when you do, as always, share your feedback with me. And if I can help you, if you need anything, just hit me up in the comments, or my email is in the description below. And if you need any of the ingredients, they're also in the description below. So if you like the video, hit the like button. If you have friends that you think may enjoy this video, go ahead and share it with them. But the last thing I want you to do is subscribe to my channel. If you want to know every time I drop a video, you're gonna have to subscribe to my channel, and it will alert you. All right? So until next time, I'm your cook, Spinelli, all wings, everything, and I'm out. Peace. Everybody stand up. Introducing the one and only, the most anticipated and highly underrated